All right, everybody, welcome to your NFL Week 14 Power Rankings. Some of you will like this, some of you won't like it, but hey, we're going to get through it. We're going to have a good time. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit that like, that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream or NFL content. All right, so let's go and get right into it. Coming in at number 10 this week, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be your Colts, second in the AFC South with a 7-5 record. Gardner Minshew stepped up after Anthony Richards' injury, securing 4 consecutive wins, including victories against the Buccaneers and the Titans. The upcoming 5 games pose challenges, especially against the Bengals, Steelers, Falcons, and the Texans. The critical question is whether or not the Colts can maintain their winning streak. So there you go. Colts coming at number 10 this week. Coming at number 9, also with a 7-5 record, it's going to be the Texans, led by CJ Stroud. They're also tied for second in the AFC South against the Colts. But guess what? They've been doing great. I'm liking what I'm seeing on the field. Their key upcoming games is going to be against the Jets, the Browns, and they'll have a season-ending matchup against the Colts, which could determine their division standing. The Jaguars currently hold the top spot in the AFC South, despite a close loss to the Bengals after Trevor Lawrence's ankle injury. Coming in at number 8, the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence did sprain his ankle, which resulted in a close loss to the Bengals, placing the Jaguars at number 8. Tough upcoming games against the Browns and the Ravens could significantly impact the AFC South standings if they don't secure wins. Unfortunately, I don't think Beathard is the man to get the job done. Hopefully, Trevor Lawrence can come back. I'll obviously get you guys some kind of an update as far as that injury in the next days, possibly. But hopefully Trevor Lawrence will come back. It is a sprained ankle. Nothing's broken. So that is a good sign and potentially him coming back. Next up, it's going to be number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7 is going to be your Lions, a strong Super Bowl contender. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, have excelled with smart football and a potent running back duo in Montgomery and Gibbs. The defense, allowing an average of nearly 24 points per game, does pose a challenge. Facing the Bears, the Broncos, Vikings, and the Cowboys in the next 4 weeks will test their capabilities. And hey, listen, at the end of the day, most people are going to say, hey, the Lions are good on paper. The Lions are the team that we think that they are or thought that they are. At the end of the day, I think that the Lions have had their challenges. I do think they're a solid team. I do think they'll make a strong one in the playoffs. And hey, if you don't believe in them, that's totally fine. But these aren't those old Lions. These are the new Lions. So they will come in at number 7 this week. Coming at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill's talent has elevated the Dolphins, making them an unexpected threat in the AFC East. Tua and the team will face a challenging stretch against the Titans, Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, and then the Bills in their next 5 games. The final 3 games of the season will be crucial to assess their true strength, especially with the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. I do think that's going to be the biggest test for them moving forward. And whether or not this Dolphins team is serious and if they can actually transcend and beat these teams and get to the playoffs and make a statement, it could come down to Miami and the Ravens. If things, really start to shape up that way, it's starting to look a little weird for me as far as with the AFC, with the East, and the North and all that kind of stuff. But hey, as we know, anything can happen. This is by the week. But right now, obviously, Miami comes in at number 6. Next up is going to be number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5, the Chiefs coming in, the reigning Super Bowl champions. The Chiefs, questions right now as far as what's going on with the chemistry. Have the Chiefs lost their magic? Is it over for Travis Kelce because of his new fling? These are questions that people are asking because the Chiefs do not look the same. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are going to have to figure this thing out because right now it's not looking good. Unfortunately, the Packers did take the win, or fortunately, if you're a Packers fan, they took the win. However you look at it, it's not looking good for the Chiefs. Right now, they are coming in at number 5. We'll see what happens moving forward, but things will have to change defensively and offensively if they're going to retain their respect and gain some momentum back moving forward in the next 5 weeks. Next up is going to be number 4, the Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys, America's team, right? America's team, and also the most hated team in the NFL. The Cowboys, despite defensive strengths and wins against notable teams, face scrutiny for losses to the 49ers and the Eagles, and rightfully so, right? You can beat up on the small guys, but what happens when it comes to someone that is on your level or above it? Can you win against them? Can you go out there and actually show the world that you're the team that can beat these guys, get to the playoffs, win the championship, and then go to the Super Bowl? Because right now, they have basically showed you that they are more dominant than you. So can Dak Prescott get this team to a victory over the two most important teams, the 49ers and the Eagles? That is what is in question, and that's what we'll potentially see soon against the Eagles. And I do think that obviously he will have a chance to redeem himself, but it's not going to be easy. So obviously going to also have challenges against the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Lions coming up. So yeah, the Cowboys will have their work cut out for them in the next coming weeks. Something to pay attention to. But this week, they'll come in at number 4 in this week's power rankings. All right, coming at number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, while exciting to watch, need to assert dominance after a disappointing loss to the 49ers. Redemption against the Cowboys is crucial to regain momentum and respect. And listen, here's the thing, right? You guys know we talk our garbage. We go back and forth. I got this little rivalry thing going on with the Eagles fans right now. The reality is this. You guys know that the Eagles have not been dominant. We can credit you for the wins. That's totally fine. But when it comes down to it, I've been telling you guys for the last 5 weeks, they've been skating by. Now, no one should be surprised as far as with the win, for the 49ers, because that's just the reality of it, right? You can sit there and say, hey, the Eagles were tired, right? They played this many games in this amount of time. That's totally fine. But guess what? You're expected to go out there and win because your last game, you're only as good as your last game. And you have to treat every game like it's a Super Bowl. Because guess what? If the 49ers Eagles game was just a Super Bowl, well, the Eagles just lost it. That's just the reality of it. No excuses. Put that helmet on, go out there and win and do your job. Eagles coming at number 3 this week. All right, coming in at number 2, ladies and gentlemen, the Ravens. I like the Ravens. I like them. I like what Lamar's doing. I like OBJ. Unfortunately, as far as with Andrews being out, he's on IR. So you're going to see OBJ step up. You're going to see Bateman step up. You're going to see Aguilar step up. The running, it's one of those big things for me right now as far as looking at what the Ravens can do on defense and offense. To me, they're probably the most complete team out of the AFC and probably the biggest threat to any team in the NFC. Although I could say that the 49ers are just a whole different animal right now, a whole different animal. But with that said, Ravens will come out at number 2. They're exciting to watch. They're exciting to see. And I'm excited to see what they can do. They got to tighten up a few things as far as their defense and penalties and things like that. But to me right now, with the way things are going, they're probably the strongest for, vying for the top spot for the AFC as far as the Super Bowl. Number 1 should not be a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. The 49ers holding this thing down, and after a convincing victory over the Eagles, the 49ers will claim the top spot. They'll get it back. And it looks like smooth sailing ahead with upcoming games against the Seahawks, Cardinals, Ravens, Commanders, and the Rams. The real question is now who on the AFC can stop them. And to be honest, I think that the 49ers-Ravens game is going to be a pre-Super Bowl matchup. It's going to basically be a preview of what we may see heading into February. I could be off. I may not be right about it. Obviously, this is all speculation, but right now, I think that Ravens-49ers game that we see coming up could be the closest thing that we know what's going to potentially happen in the Super Bowl as far as the matchup goes. Like I said, it's all speculatory. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it down in the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. You know what it is. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Predictions will be tomorrow for week 14. Shout out to you guys. Have a great evening. Peace out.
You go